Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.
Hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 149, the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim, the Iron Horse Van Stratton, joined by the great Rodney Newpel. Rodney, happy Tuesday. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well, man. How are you today? Ready for the NBA Finals. Stanley Cup Finals are going on right now, but I'm ready for the NBA Finals. I think it'll be a good series.
It's going to be a very good series. And this, and I don't want to spoil it because I specifically wanted to talk about this a little bit later on in the show, but I don't think I've been this excited for a neutral NBA final, like that did not involve my team. Like, I can't even tell you, probably since like Cavs Warriors, like maybe the second go around of Cavs Warriors, like 2016. It might be 10 whole years that I've had an NBA Finals that really excited me as much as this year with the Knicks and the Spurs. And I think the ratings will reflect that. And it seems like, just based on the internet, internet's not real life, but it seems like a lot of people are very much looking forward to this series for a variety of reasons.
Is it the Wemby factor, new blood? Obviously, not everybody loves the Mecca and stuff like that, but just having big city, I don't know. Like, what is the biggest intrigue? Just two good basketball teams in a series we haven't really seen?
Well, like, here's the thing. So you said new blood, and that's true, except for the fact that it's technically been new blood every single year for like the last 5 years, where we haven't had. I think the last team to make the finals in back-to-back seasons was Golden State, 2019. Like, every other year after that has been like two new teams. Like, we're not getting repeat teams. Like, a lot of people assume the Thunder were going to be, or like Boston the year before. Hasn't happened. So like this is new blood, but we've had new blood. I think it's a combination of Victor Wembanyama pulling off, like what the Spurs did in an incredible series against OKC, which, I mean, we haven't even talked about that. Like, the Spurs pulled it off. Like, they freaking did it. And it wasn't just like, oh, OKC played poorly. Like, no, the Spurs were a better team. And I can say the Spurs were legitimately a better team more often than not in that series. And to do what they did, just to pulverize them in Game 6 and to really lead the entirety of Game 7 was incredible. But I think it's a combination of what the Spurs just did, knocking off the champs, Victor Wembanyama, who I think has now become like the face of the NBA. And then on the other side is a Knicks team. It's the biggest market in sports.
Yeah.
A team that hasn't won a championship in 50 plus years, that just has a very exciting, relatable brand of basketball. So, like, you have Wemby, this larger-than-life giant, against Jalen Brunson, like the ultimate underdog, who's leading an underdog franchise that just happens to play in the largest market in sports. Like, it's pretty great that we have this matchup together. And I don't think we could have had any better based on who was available to us this year. I really don't.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it'll be a great matchup, and obviously hoping it goes 7. I think we talked about this before. I don't know if I care who wins. I don't really have a dislike of either of these teams, or really any of the players on either of the teams. I think as the series goes, maybe I'll find that I don't like one of the teams more than other, but I don't know if I care who wins the series. I hope it goes 7. That's my hope.
Yeah. I think a lot of people want to see this go 6 or 7 for sure. So let's talk this out here. So are you looking forward to this series more than last year when it was Thunder versus the Pacers?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Year before would have been the Celtics against the Mavericks.
Yeah, I would have looked forward to this one more.
Yeah. Year before would have been the Nuggets against the Heat. I mean, I was looking forward to Jokic, but like I wasn't really Oh, hell yeah. The 8th seed Miami Heat and Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler in the finals.
Yeah, I never was excited to watch Miami Heat basketball.
Yeah. The year before, and this is off the top of the head, folks. This is what happens in my brain. The year before would have been Warriors Celtics. I mean,
by that time we were getting Warriors.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And then before that was Bucks Suns in a weird like COVID effect. No. Year before that was Lakers Heat. That was the bubble. And Lakers, of course, but like again, it wasn't. I think a lot of people were hoping it could have been Lakers Celtics or Lakers Bucks against Giannis. Like,
right.
But now it was the Heat again. And that's just not exciting. And then the year before that was Warriors again against Toronto. So like,
not really.
That's what I'm saying. But like this year, we have two teams that like there is clear interest that I think the casual NBA fan will have in both teams.
Yeah.
San Antonio, it's most likely just the one player, but that's okay. He's a player that's larger than life. He's going to take over the league. And then a Knicks team that's just like, holy crap, like our whole lifetimes, at least like people my age, our whole lifetimes, like the Knicks have been wholly irrelevant. They've been one of the worst run franchises, one of the worst owners in sports, and yet every move that they've made over the last 5 years or so has seemingly worked to perfection. They've built a really, really good team,
right,
top to bottom. And like, then there's the possibility of like, oh my God, if the Knicks win this series, what's going to happen in New York? Like that's always like that's sort of the storyline as well. So you're either going to get New York burning, the Knicks win a championship, like it's the biggest sports story in New York since probably like, I mean, their last championship was the Giants in 2011. That's 15 years.
Right.
Since New York really got to celebrate a Big Four title. So that's massive. And then the other side of that is Victor Wembanyama, 22 years old, whatever. He's like, I think he's 22, third year in the league. He's already an NBA champion. His first playoff experience, takes down the Thunder, beats the Knicks, a champion. This is the beginning of a Hall of Fame career-defining moment for him.
Yeah.
So like that's really the storylines for me, and I cannot wait. And I was like telling my wife just out of the blue, I'm like, I'm really, really, really excited about these NBA finals. Like I've been thinking about it for days. I'm like, let's have it get here. I'm that excited for it. I can't wait.
It's at like 5 o'clock, like 4 o'clock your time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What is it Central Time?
I'm probably 8, I would guess.
So yeah, it'd be 3 o'clock for me, which is just magnificent. 3 o'clock NBA final. I cannot wait, man. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
Dan, tuning in till the third period starts.
Oh, Dan.
You know, Dan, it is possible to enjoy our show and watch the hockey. Like, do you need to listen to whoever's in the booth for that's what I love. Like, Dan is just so dedicated to the sport of hockey.
Loves his hockey. That's why we call him hockey. That's why we call him.
Goddamn. Hockey guy Dan. Yep. All right, so enough gas bagging about just like how excited we are about the series. The basketball itself, I kind of alluded to this last week a little bit, Rodney, that the Knicks match up pretty well against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Certainly, I think the Knicks, on a pure matchup basis, I think the Knicks are happy that it's the Spurs instead of the Thunder. I think they would have had a tough time with the Thunder. But now that it's San Antonio, listen, I'm sure you can pull up the betting odds real quick. I know San Antonio is the favorite to win this series. But my first gut reaction, I think I'm taking the Knicks to win this series. I think I'm picking the Knicks to get it done and knock off Victor Wembanyama. It's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong because I think it's that close. But like, I see a path for the Knicks that maybe some other people aren't quite thinking about because they just assumed whoever won the West was going to win it all this year. That's sort of been the narrative all season.
Yeah, Spurs are minus 185. Knicks are plus 155. I went back and forth. I am going to go Spurs in 7. I just the home court maybe makes a little bit of a difference there. Wemby wears the Knicks out a little bit. There's going to be a game where Wemby completely takes over. Knicks obviously have shot. They've been great running, scoring the ball. But I think in the end, I'm going to take Spurs in 7. Maybe a cop out because it is so close. I'll take the home team in the series, but I'm going to take the Spurs in 7.
So there's a couple things. So last week I mentioned like a big advantage that the Knicks are going to have is that they have a center who is a threat from outside that sort of draws the attention away from the paint. So like Victor Wembanyama can't just like swarm in the paint. Like that's going to help tremendously when the Knicks are on offense. I also saw this stat, which I thought was interesting. And I know how generally we feel on this show about statistics, but it was something worth considering. So as far as who is going to be guarding Victor Wembanyama, there's not really a way to guard him effectively, but people try. And I think that the main person that's going to be responsible for that isn't going to be Karl Anthony Towns. It's not going to be Bridges. It's not going to be Hart. I think it's going to be OG Anunoby. And I saw the stat. It says since Victor Wembanyama was drafted, there are 20 players in the NBA who have defended him for at least 100 half-court matchups. The player who he has tallied the fewest points per 100 matchups against as his primary assignment is OG Anunoby. All that to say, in summary, Victor Wembanyama, has scored on everyone that he's gone up against. But as far as the fewest player points per 100 matchups, so who's guarding him the most efficiently is OG Anunoby.
Interesting.
That's a huge nugget there. And I saw that and I was like, the Knicks have the person that's going to be on Wemby duty. And I think OG Anunoby is going to do a much better job than like Alex Caruso could do. Yeah. And I love Caruso, but like that's the reality of it. So like the Knicks are going to have that, not advantage, but it's certainly a plus. They have variety on offense. And here's the thing too, and this is my last point. I know we want to just like be like, oh, Mike Brown, kind of been a joke, but like Mike Brown has been in he's coached a lot of basketball in his life. He's coached in an NBA Finals. He has a lot of experience that Mitch Johnson on the other side doesn't have. He doesn't have it. Like Mitch Johnson, he has experience as an assistant, but this is Mitch Johnson's first time like coaching in an NBA Finals, leading a team. Mike Brown's done it before. Mike Brown's been a coach for many, many years. And so it's like, I think the starting 5 I give to the Knicks. I think the coaching I give to the Knicks. Rest you give to the Knicks. The Spurs' advantage is that they have the best player on the court, which is a huge advantage, of course. Yeah. But like, I think if you just do like, oh, here, what are the top 5 points? Like, I think the Knicks take at least 3 of them.
Yeah. I just wanted to get to that. Andrew said he just got here. Thanks for jumping in, Andrew. Got here late. Can you give me a summary? We've been talking NBA. We're talking NBA Finals. That's the summary you can get, Andrew. Really all we've covered so far. But, no, I'm with you. I think they do have those advantages. Obviously, I don't know if you mentioned San Antonio obviously has the home court advantage, which 4 out of 3. Guard play would go to the Knicks, right, with Brunson?
So like if you just run the starting 5s together, so San Antonio starting 5, I'm assuming that they'll keep the same one that they've been using here. So San Antonio, you're going to see Fox, Castle as your 2 main guards.
Yep.
Knicks, I know like the Knicks, they all sort of like Anunoby, Bridges, and Hart are all sort of the same size, but I guess Bridges would be like your 2 guard. Is that kind of how they use them?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I'd probably go with. I mean, it's close. Like Fox if he's playing well, but like Bridges if he shoots well. I don't know. What's the vibe there for overall guards?
Yeah, I'd probably go Fox over Bridges, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably a wash, honestly.
Yeah.
It's probably a wash. Center, you're going to take Wemby over Cat, but like Cat's an all NBA type of player. And then forwards is going to be a huge advantage. Like the Spurs have Devin Vassell and Champagny. The Knicks are going to have Josh Hart and OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
So
bench probably goes to Knicks too, right?
Yeah. So Spurs are. There's a couple guys there, but like for the most part, like in Game 7, they ran a 7-man rotation with the two guys, Dylan Harper, rookie, and then Keldon Johnson off the bench. Knicks, it's hard to know what the Knicks are going to do if the game is tight because it's been about 30 days since the Knicks played a close game. It feels like every game is just a blowout where they empty the bench. I can go back to, let's see, Game 1 against Cleveland, the game that went to overtime where they had the comeback. The Knicks ran a 9-man rotation. Off the bench was Mitchell Robinson, Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, who's been huge shooting for them, and Miles McBride. And he'd probably go with the Knicks bench there. I think just they have more options you feel okay about. And
I'm agreeing with you all the way through here, and it makes me want to change my pick. But I'm a gut picker.
Yeah. No, which is fine.
Yeah, and that's where
we could throw all the numbers at you, and then at the end of the day, Victor Wembanyama can have 35 points and 20 rebounds and 7 blocks, and the Knicks get run off the floor. Like that can happen. Like the Spurs just beat the Thunder. The Thunder, everyone said they were the best team in the league this year, and the Spurs just beat them.
Although I think if you see blowouts, you're going to see Knicks side. Knicks have really pulled a lot of blowouts this postseason. They ran several in a row where they just run teams off the floor. They hit shots. They do everything right. I think San Antonio is going to have to find a way to win a couple of the close ones. I think they're going to have to win the close ones. And that may be what it comes down to is which team can win the close one.
Yeah, I want to see like 3-point percentage in particular because I know that the Knicks have the number 1 offensive rating and the number 1 defensive rating this postseason.
Yeah.
San Antonio was overall better for offensive and defensive rating in the regular season, but like the Knicks, I know, were top 5 in offense and then some like 7th or 8th in defense. This postseason, the Knicks are shooting 40% from 3. The Spurs are 36.5%. So it's like both teams are shooting the ball well here, but like if the Knicks shoot 40% from 3 again, like if they keep going with that, it's gonna be a tough team to beat.
Be tough, yeah. It's tough to beat 40% from downtown.
Yeah, and then here's also defense. The Knicks have the number 1 3-point defense where their opponents are shooting 30.5%, and San Antonio's opponents are shooting just under 33%. It's like, I don't think that this is like, oh, how are people not picking the Knicks to win? Like, I'm not trying to make that argument here. I'm just saying, like, I think that we all went into this postseason assuming that Oklahoma City or San Antonio was going to win it all.
Yeah, right.
And we kind of, and I think betting odds and just the initial feelings from people are just like, well, why would that change? Like, they're the 2 best teams. And while they might have been the best teams in the regular season, the Knicks statistically have been the best team in the postseason, maybe ever. Remember, like the last 11 games, literally the most dominant 11-game stretch, regular season or postseason ever. Like they're in the conversation, especially if they win this championship, is the most dominant postseason ever that we've ever seen in the NBA. Like that.
Yeah, that's great. That's crazy because I think a lot of times during the regular season, people thought they were kind of underachieving, right?
Yeah. No, they had moments where they were underachieving, but like still ended up top 5 in offensive rating and top 7 in defensive rating. And like they were every bit worthy of being a finals team. When you looked at the East, like Detroit was the only team statistically that was like across the board better than them.
Right.
But Detroit just kind of fell apart and didn't have the experience, I guess, that the Knicks now have, because the Knicks can now say we're an experienced playoff team. This is what their 4th or 5th straight year in the playoffs. Like, they're used to this now. They were in the conference finals last year. They weren't able to get it done. They came back this year and they got it done. Like they're following all of the right steps needed to be a champion. And that's the other thing too. Like San Antonio, they bucked the trend a little bit, being a first-time playoff team that had this deep run. But historically, the experienced playoff teams have the edge over the teams that aren't so experienced. And like the Spurs are crazy young. Like that's another thing that I give a check to the Knicks to overall.
Yeah, the experience. Yeah. No, that'll be interesting. Tomorrow, we didn't even look. What time was that start? Let me take the look, see what time that started.
Yeah, I'll check it. So it is 7:30 Central, which AKA means about 7:52. Yeah, so that's gonna be 2:30 for me.
Yeah. Nice.
That's pretty good, man.
That's pretty good. Yeah, done at dinner. Done just in time for dinner. Yeah,
like it's light out. Like you're gonna be watching. Like people on Central Time and Eastern Time are gonna be like fighting to stay awake, even if the game's good and competitive. Meanwhile, I'm just like, hey, it's still light out. Like I can still run out, do some errands once the game is done.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what it's all about. All right, moving on here. Well, first of all, did you have any final thoughts about Knicks Spurs?
I'm just gonna go with Spurs in 7. Take the home court. Take the best player. You did a lot of convincing on the Knicks, and I know you're kind of 51-49. I mean, I would guess so. You're like 51-49. Like you're not real sure on the Knicks, but you're gonna take the Knicks.
I feel comfortable to say I'm pushing 60-40 on the Knicks.
Yeah. I'm probably more like 55-45 on the Spurs. But I wouldn't. I mean, there is not a result to this series that would surprise me. I guess a sweep probably would surprise me. I mean, like if you said earlier, like if the Knicks go out and win 4 straight, like that would surprise me and it would amaze me actually.
I would be stunned. Yeah, but like. And I guess we'll see, if there's a little bit of a rust factor.
Yeah.
With the Knicks, because when was their last game? I don't even remember. When did the Knicks last play basketball?
God, it was sometime last. I mean, it was over a week ago.
Last Monday?
That's what I was going to say.
Monday.
Yeah,
so it's been over a week.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be 9 days off for them. Boy. Whew.
So I guess they're hoping that the Thunder knocked the Spurs around a little bit, but like, can I just say I'm so disappointed that the Thunder didn't challenge the Spurs like physically. Like I thought the Thunder had a very, very soft conference final, and the Spurs bullied them, which is for being a team that young and like you're the defending champs. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, not a good look, especially for a franchise that was already talking about multiple championships, and now. They still have a very, very large window left, but that could change.
Well, I'm saying you say that, and like they're going to have some serious cap decisions. That dreaded second apron that you hear talked about. Like they have a lot of role players that they might need to make some decisions on.
Yeah.
Not to mention this Chet Holmgren guy had one of the worst series that I've seen. Pathetic in the conference finals, and he's due to make $43 million next year.
Yeah, not great.
I just like to point out that in the last couple days, I have heard everyone talk about the thing that I mentioned to you like 2 weeks ago, that the Oklahoma City Thunder should strongly consider trading Chet Holmgren and pieces for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Just going to throw that out there. I'm sure you've seen the buzz as well. But boy, Chet Holmgren did himself no favors. Certainly did the Thunder no favors as far as making him look like a good piece for a team that wants to rebuild.
Yeah, not great. But they still have a very good window left.
In theory, like we said that about the Celtics. We said that about the Celtics 2 years ago, and then we said it about the Thunder, and like we've said it about Denver. Like, Jokic and the Nuggets are going to be back. I don't know if they're going to be back.
Yeah.
Celtics, I don't know if they're going to be back. Like Celtics had to blow up a bunch of their roster, and now they might trade Jaylen Brown and split up the JBs. Yeah. So I don't know.
Which goes to show how difficult it is to win multiple championships.
Yes. Yeah. Like it's difficult. And it's been such a weird stretch in the NBA where we have never had a stretch of 5 straight years now with every single team. Like, we've never stretched where it's been 5 years and 10 different teams in that 5-year stretch in the finals.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So it's a level of parity that the league isn't used to, that we haven't seen. And we can't just assume. And I'm making the same mistake too, where if the Spurs win the championship, everyone's going to be like, oh, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are going to win the next 5 championships.
Right.
They might not be back for a while. And next year could be the Timberwolves finally breaking through. It could be Luka and the Lakers. Like, we don't know. We don't know. It changes. It changes very fast. So we'll see. But this year's finals are going to be awesome. I'm excited. All right. NHL, I'm sure we lost hockey guy Dan. I think the third period started. So the Vegas Golden Knights against the Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah, you have the same face that I do when I think about it. And we got 14 minutes left, and I just saw Vegas has the lead again, 4-3.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of annoying that Vegas is 3+ wins away from winning the Stanley Cup Finals here, because they weren't even all that good, and here they are up 4-3 and winning on the road and coming off basically domination over Colorado. I mean, your question is Canes Knights. Like, I've been very, 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 very Canes, and I still will be, but like at some point we got to realize Vegas, and I didn't realize, and maybe we talked about this, Vegas actually finished the regular season winning 7 out of their last 10. So they came into postseason pretty hot. So maybe we just realized that, or maybe that's going on now. They 7-0-3 now, because maybe that's they wouldn't be
probably now.
7-0-3 now. No, because they haven't had 3 ties.
Overtime games maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think they finished the regular season 7-0-3, which is impressive. But I mean, maybe we need to realize that Vegas is just. They turned it on, and they're pretty good, obviously. Dan says Vegas 139 regular season game. This playoff format sucks. Yeah, not great.
That's what I keep mentioning, Dan. Thank you. Like, it is at the end of the day, like, we could be like, oh, yeah, Vegas. Like, Vegas had a great final stretch to get to 39 wins at the end of the season. 39 wins out of 82 games. That should not be a playoff team. That should not be a division winner. Like, that's where I'm like, okay, that seems unfortunate. Like, that's the part that I can't get past with this whole thing. But like, you have to also acknowledge that, like, they made a coaching change late. It was super ballsy. It was kind of mocked because John Tortorella, I think at this point, is kind of just a meme more than anything. Right. But ever since he took over, everything has just clicked and unlocked there. And I think they're going to be Carolina too. Like, I hate to say it, but I kind of think it's trending that way because the goaltending is just really hot, and they're getting production from – it's not just, like Mitch Marner and Jack Eichel and those guys, but like they're getting production from defensemen and guys on their middle six. And like, they're just a very deep – veteran team, well coached, super experienced, like all this stuff. They've gotten to the finals. They've won the finals. Like Carolina, this is their first time in the finals in 20 years. Like, none of these guys have had a taste of this level. They've usually been eliminated by now. So it's another huge factor here. So I think Vegas is going to win this series, man. And that's going to be 2 cups in a decade-long existence. It's crazy. It's crazy how we let this happen as a hockey community.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it before the show. How do they have all these players on their roster? How does this continue to happen?
Like, I look and it's like all of these other teams, like the Dallas Stars and like Edmonton Oilers, like, oh, they're running up against the cap. They got to make these decisions, and like Minnesota Wild, like your Blues, like all these teams is like, oh, they can't afford to pay all these players. Meanwhile, Vegas somehow can collect Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner and my God, just like take your pick with all these Noah Hannafin and Mark Stone and Thomas Hurdle, all these guys. They could extend Shea Theodore. They could just build this lineup just of long-term, like veteran guys. It's not like these are young guys, okay?
Right.
These are vets in the middle of their careers. This is where they're the most expensive. And they could somehow collect all of them and roster them all, have them all. And like, we've never had the conversation of like, man, how is Vegas going to afford to pay all these guys? Oh, they got to get rid of these players. Like, we're not talking about, Jack Eichel might be cut here. That's not going to happen. So probably hear my dog going nuts right now. She's upset. She's very upset about the Vegas Golden Knights as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was still 4-3 in that game. Yes, 4-3.
Yeah.
Carolina is on a power play, though, just under 12 minutes to go. So here in the next 25 minutes, we should be able to kind of wrap that one up. But I'm going to go Carolina still. I have faith Carolina. And, boy, they got a lead tonight, but then Vegas came back and scored 3 straight. One at the end of the first, 2 to start the second. And this one's been a little bit back and forth, but I'm taking Carolina to win the series. You're going with Vegas.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with Vegas. I'm going to say Vegas wins it in 6.
Okay. All right.
I hate it, but and think of this too, like James Dolan is on the cusp of the Knicks having a championship and Vegas having a championship and probably doing something with his beloved Sphere. Like, can you imagine he's got the New York City parade and then he's got like a Sphere parade as well, or some Sphere championship event?
Be kind of fun.
It would be fun. By the way, this is a little off topic, but I was talking to a buddy earlier, and he mentioned like James Dolan. It seems like we don't talk about it as much now, but like there was a time where James Dolan was widely talked about as like one of the top 3 or 4 worst owners in all of sports.
Right. Yeah. Well,
like Dan Snyder, Woody Johnson level, like incompetent, bad. Right.
Right.
Those owners never win.
So you're saying he's probably
like,
not at the bottom.
No. Like I'm just saying, like, when did it change? I think that it changed once they started developing Sphere and he had less time to ruin the Knicks because he was so distracted with Sphere. Like there's a direct correlation with when the Knicks started to turn things around versus when like everything started moving in Vegas for him and MSG. I'm serious. But like, what can you think of any owner that was widely considered like totally incompetent and a buffoon that won while they were owning the team? Like,
not really.
You probably have to go back. Like Marge Schott with the Reds wasn't a buffoon, but she was considered a horrible owner and just a bad lady. So they won the championship, and her reaction to winning the championship with the Reds in 1990. So I went back over 30 years for you, but their reaction or her reaction to when the Reds won the World Series is that she was upset that the series didn't go 7 games because it was lost revenue.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Something clicked with Dolan here along the way, and
but no, this is like the equivalent of like the Redskins under Dan Snyder's ownership winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, it is. You're right. Incompetent, and then came back. I'm trying to think who else.
Or like imagine like it's if the Clippers when Donald Sterling was still there, if they were in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But like it never happens. Like the Clippers weren't close, and like the Redskins weren't close. These guys like they rarely even get to this point, let alone win it when you have just a horrible owner.
Right. Yeah.
So either he's become a much better owner, or the world is really like tipped off its axis.
Yeah. B is that answer.
B. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad we cleared that up. Speaking of ownership here, so the Stan Kroenke character, he's built quite the powerhouse in LA, unfortunately for you, and you'll be happy to know, Rodney. So yesterday, I know you're not in NFL mode, but the Rams, who were the Super Bowl favorite going into June 1st, Only became more of a Super Bowl favorite before June 2nd when they traded for Myles Garrett. Speaking of teams where it's like, how are they able to like get all of these players? Like it's the Eagles and it's the Rams who like are always the ones who just like, no matter what, can add the missing piece. Like they always get the one final piece. And the Rams end up getting Myles Garrett from Cleveland for Jared Verse, first round pick, and I think a third round pick. And there are maybe there's a couple others, but like if the Rams weren't already the favorites, like I'm thinking about the NFC, and like the NFC was so weak last year. Like Seahawks aren't going to be as good. Like they lost too many guys, and I just don't think that Seahawks are one of those Super Bowl champions that like, oh, we're going to see them for the next decade, like with the Chiefs. Like the NFC East just as a whole is not very good. Like no one from the NFC South is going to win a Super Bowl. Like it would have to be like, oh, the Bears take a huge ascension, but like I feel like the Rams are. I'm almost willing to say on June 2nd that the Rams are a lock for the NFC Championship at absolute minimum, like a lock.
But what if What if Matthew Stafford goes out?
Lock. I said what I said. I said what I said.
Without Matthew Stafford?
I said what I said.
Who plays quarterback?
Ty Simpson. Well, I said what I said. First round pick. I said what I said.
I mean,
the Rams. If the Rams field a football team, if they field a football team this year, they're going to the NFC Championship game at minimum. I'm willing to say
that. Is there merit? Am I reading anything that's real that Aaron Donald might be coming back?
No, it's real. I yesterday, like Trey Wingo tweeted something where it's like, hey, this is more than a dream. That's all I'll say. And I guess on McAfee's show today, he was saying the same sort of thing. Like there is actual real buzz that Aaron Donald, who still is very much in shape, posts workout videos all the time. Aaron Donald is now very much considering a return.
Now, did him and Jared Verse not get along?
Who? Donald?
Donald.
I hadn't heard anything about that.
Okay. Just because he is missing it and now he's going to play alongside Myles Garrett. I mean, what just wants to come back, miss the game?
I think he's just looking and saying, I have an opportunity now to come back. Like I'm still in shape. Maybe I have that hunger. Now Myles Garrett is on a defensive line with me. Like this could be a potentially like life-altering opportunity here to try to get one more ring. Like the Rams clearly are going all in, making the most of Stafford's final couple years in the league. Why not? It's happened before. Guys come out of retirement before when there's an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. But like Aaron Donald, it's not like the guy's not in shape anymore and he's just let himself go. Like he's still a freaking Hulk. He can come back.
Yeah. No, it's just different. It's odd. And I mean, that would obviously help him. But what is the saying? Frick those picks. That's what the Rams are doing.
Frick those picks. Yeah. Frick them. Yeah.
Frick those picks.
Okay, but like, all right. So are you saying like you only feel comfortable taking the Rams to go to the NFC Championship if Matthew Stafford's healthy? Like what's the highest that you are willing to guarantee that the Rams finish this year?
I don't know, man. Like Matthew Stafford goes out early in the season. Like they're not winning with a rookie quarterback, but here's the deal. They're going to go get a veteran backup.
Why are you so against this whole Ty Simpson thing? You don't think Sean McVay can win games with a first round quarterback? Do you not trust Sean McVay?
I mean, I'm sure he could, but like, what's their ceiling then, though? Like, he could win games, but like, is he gonna get? I don't know if he can get the NFC title game with Chandler Simpson.
I'm just saying, like the Chandler Simpson. If he did it with Chandler Simpson, I would be very impressed. That would actually impress me. But like the NFC, man, it's not good. This is not a good conference. Who in the NFC do you look at right now and you're like, that is a legitimately scary team, other than the Rams?
I mean,
Like,
Seattle's the
Seattle's
champ.
the defending champs. Yeah, but like also Seattle lost a lot of guys this offseason. Like they are on paper worse than they were. They lost coordinators who took head coaching jobs. So like they suffered the fate that a lot of teams that win a Super Bowl do. Like they had to cut some guys, let some guys go, and they got to rebuild their coaching staff on the fly. Rams didn't have to do that. Rams only added players and the best pass rusher in the game. Now they've taken a quarterback room that was mediocre and they've turned it into one of the league's best. They have the reigning league MVP coming back. Like, what am I missing? What am I missing with them?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It is Rams versus everybody, I guess. But like, it's hard to say that when the defending champions are in your own division. But you're right. Like they did lose a lot. You can get to Dan's comment. NFC top to bottom isn't good, but Seattle, San Francisco are still legit and make it tough on the Rams. You're right.
I gotta say, I don't know what it is, and once we start like looking at depth charts and stuff, and you and I will do like our game by game predictions again because that was fun. Didn't work, but like it was fun. I don't think I'm in on San Francisco this year. I think I'm out on San Francisco. Just okay. Like period. Yeah, I think I'm out on the Niners.
I can't wait to get the handy dandy bet us book, and then we can we got to do it on paper, but we can't do it live this year because like we're across the water. We can't.
No, like we would have to do we would have to schedule a call on our own free time and just like do this together. Like unless we do like a special. This is live workshopping, folks. What if we did like a one-off sort of Stupidest sports show where you and I actually live stream us going through the schedule and talking about it and making our picks?
I'm in.
You got to be a real sicko to watch it, but like I'd be willing to do that. I'd be game for it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a Tuesday, Thursday show. We do like the Sunday night before the NFL season or something. And just here's our NFL predictions. Boom, go all the way through them. We'll have a lot of work to do, and I got a lot of flipping of the book to see what the records are and who I picked in game A and things.
There's a much better way. There's a much better way to do it. I think we'll do a thing where we like you can do yours on the book, but like I'll have the site where you can like pick the winners and it all updates sort of as we go and like share my screen. We'll actually use technology because the book. We're going to be here for about 12 hours.
Yeah, because I'll be like, which one did I pick? Yeah. No, you're right. But no, that sounds good. We'll find a night in August or September and have a live show. I like that. That's good.
I like that. All right. The other NFL story, the same day, June 1st, big day in football. A.J. Brown finally traded to the New England Patriots. So the long-awaited deal is complete. A.J. Brown moves from the Eagles to the Pats. For a first-round pick. Good on the Eagles for getting a first-round pick for A.J. Brown. Like, kind of had a down year. He's under 30 still. It's not like he's an old guy, but he's not, like, young anymore. Does this move at all make you a believer that the Patriots can run it back in the AFC? Like, the AFC is crazy, crazy tough, but, like, does the A.J. Brown deal do anything for you in the way of saying, hey, you know what, maybe New England actually should be considered a favorite?
I mean, I doubted them all last year, and there they went. And I mean, they're probably I don't know. I have a hard time saying they're even favorite in the AFC East when the Bills are still there. And I know they took care of business last year, but like something about that Bills team, something about Josh Allen to me is like, Josh Allen's going to win the division. But I mean, A.J. Brown's a difference maker for the Patriots, no doubt. I don't know as if it makes them AFC favorites, but it certainly makes them better, yes.
As you can expect, a much tougher schedule than they had last year. Like, the first 4 games alone, they're at Seattle in the first game of the season that Wednesday night. So Super Bowl rematch. They're underdogs there. Hosting the Steelers week 2, they'll be a favorite. Week 3, they're a small underdog at the Jaguars. Week 4, they're underdog at the Bills. So right off the bat, they're underdogs in 3 of their first 4 games, which how often were the Patriots underdogs at all last year with their regular season?
Were they ever? Their schedule was, I mean, we were dummies to not hang on that one right away. That the schedule was
like they're going to have to go to Chicago to face the Bears as an underdog. They're going to be in Munich to take on Detroit. That's a tough game. Hosting the Packers, they got to go to LA to face the Chargers. They'll have another home game against the Bills. They got to go to Kansas City for the Chiefs. They host the Broncos. Like it's a lot tougher for sure.
Yeah.
So do you want another lock? I already told you my Rams lock. The New England Patriots will not go 14-3.
No. And unfortunately they're going to have scrutiny all year with Vrabel, right? Like there's going to be, yeah. I was going to start this segment with AJ Brown and how Diana Rossini was all over that one, but
she was all over it.
Yeah.
I think that's been confirmed.
She was all over that one. But anyways, no, I did this with the drama there. There's going to be scrutiny, and it would be getting an AJ deal. Yeah, the good Dan, good one there. But it would be very impressive if the New England Patriots went 14-3. Very impressive. I would be very impressed if they ran the 14-3 next year.
Yeah. Who is the most likely of these three teams to win 14 games again? New England, Denver, Seattle. Who, if you had to pick one to win 14 games again, who are you picking?
I mean, I mean, you mentioned New England's schedule is tough. I haven't looked. Denver's schedule's got to be pretty tough. I mean, the Chargers and Chiefs are going to be very competitive. We like to think the Raiders will be better. And then the third team was
Seahawks, Denver, and Patriots. Yeah.
I mean,
I was looking at Denver's schedule here. Denver is an underdog in 5 of their first 6 games this season.
That's pretty wild.
At the Chiefs, the only game that they're favored is hosting the Jaguars in a game that the Jaguars nuked them last year in Denver.
Yeah, I remember that.
But they're dogs at the Chiefs, hosting the Rams, at the Niners, at the Chargers, hosting the Seahawks. And then they're not a favorite again until last NFL Sunday of October when they're touchdown favorite at the Cardinals.
That's pretty crazy. So they got
that's
tough
a tough
schedule
one,
too.
man. Yeah, that's tough.
To answer your question, I don't think I'm taking any of them to win 14 games.
Well, no, but I say like the most likely. Like I guess Seattle by default. Yeah. But like I don't feel good about Seattle either. No. Dan bringing up a good point. How much will those odds change once you know Bo Nix's status, or for that status Mahomes too? I mean, like the Chiefs are the fact that they're favorites against Denver right off the bat, week 1. Like, I think people feel pretty good that Mahomes is going to play. Like I've told you, I give 98% chance that Patrick Mahomes plays week 1.
Yeah, no, you were all over that from the beginning, so we'll see if it. Yeah, we'll see if it plays out.
All right, real quick, Rodney. Around the diamond, with all the talk about the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup Final, there's baseball happening. And just a quick look around the diamond here. Your Cardinals had a nice weekend, took 2 out of 3 against the pesky Cubs.
Yeah, but have lost both at home to Texas now, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but still in second place. Does the standings, does that count today's game, or
I don't think they've been updated. They just lost a few minutes ago. I mean, they're in second place, but they're a game or 2 away from being at last. Yeah. Cubs lost again today. Brewers won. So, like, before you know it, it's going to be Brewers up by double digits and everybody else just fighting for second. I mean, Brewers are absolutely tearing up the division now. They're 16 games over 500. I was wrong.
What's the opposite of a huckleberry? Because, like, that's what you are for the Brewers. Yeah. Just you hating them every single March, and then every summer you're like, oh, yeah, they'll never lose again.
And how about the San Francisco Giants now being 15 games under 500?
Yeah, that I'm going to take an L. I picked the Giants to go to the playoffs this year. I was like, hey, that's a sneaky good team. That's a bad team. That's a really bad team that paid a lot of money for guys that aren't performing and a manager who's clearly in over his head. That's a bad team.
That's what I was gonna say next. Maybe, just maybe, college coaches are not quite ready for the big.
Yeah, perhaps there is still something to actually being a good manager. Just ask Milwaukee, ask Tampa Bay with Kevin Cash. Like, I guess it's important. How about the Chicago White Sox being 32-29?
Yeah, that's impressive. That they are probably the most surprising team so far. Besides, I mean, I think I'm surprised the Rays are 14 games over 500. But you mentioned the White Sox. Guardians have found their groove a little bit. Seattle's starting to find their groove a little bit. So you're starting to see the AL come back to life a little bit after quite a slow start.
How about this? I did not expect the two teams at the bottom of the AL Central to be Detroit and Kansas City.
Yeah, no, you're right there. You're right there. I did not expect the Washington Nationals to be 500 at 62 games into the season either.
And then one more sneaky surprise for you here. The Arizona Diamondbacks are 5 games above 500. Like, the Diamondbacks like do this every 2 or 3 years where they're like, oh, they're randomly in the playoffs now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in another surprise, I mean, the Pittsburgh Pirates are over 500, and again, the entire National League Central is, but Pirates at 32-28. We all knew they were going to compete better, but like, okay, they're right there. They're winning 53% of their games. They're going to have themselves a chance. So Central just all mixed up in second place.
Yeah. Last note here. And they did previously have the highest scoring offense. They're now second by 1 run. But the Washington Nationals, who up until today had the best, highest scoring offense in all of Major League Baseball. Rodney, can you name how many Washington Nationals hitters can you name? Just off the top of your head. He's very good. Yep,
he is very good. Who else? That'll about do it for me.
I could give you off the top of my head, I could give you CJ Abrams, who's batting 293. He's got 47 RBI. He's been really good. So I got Wood, I got Abrams. That's pretty much it that I could tell you off the top of my head without having to go and look it up. They have someone called Dalen Lyle.
Yeah, young guy.
Dalen Lyle, who's got 7 homers this year. They have Jacob Young. Yep, Jacob Young.
Yep.
It's coming back to you a little bit here. Is that who? No, it was the Cubs played the Nationals to open up the year. Yes. Like the Nationals scored a bunch of runs, and I was like, how do you let the Nationals just like torch you for all those runs? It makes sense now.
Yeah. They got a lot of names. I mean, even their pitching staff. You got Foster Griffin is one of their top starters. Yeah. Zach Littell, they're a misfit group, but they're sneaky. They're finding ways.
Yeah. Are you saying you didn't expect Curtis Mead to be
right?
Yeah. These are random guys. All right, we got
hold on one second. I wanted to mention something real quick. I did not know this, and I knew the Detroit Tigers were horrendously bad, but I wanted to mention I did not know until today, Jack Flaherty was 0-7.
Until today.
But he won tonight. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, no runs. He picked up his first win. It was Jack Flaherty against Steven Matz today. But I did not know Flaherty started 0-7.
Did they ever pitch together on the Cardinals, or did their times? Yeah,
probably. No, they would have. Wow. And by the way, that's Vegas. Thomas Hurdle. By the way,
are you serious?
Yeah, 5-4. 1 minute to go. 5-4 Golden Knights. That's annoying.
That's unfortunate. That's very annoying. I wish you didn't say that. All right, let's get to our B's for B's, our best bets for betting. Quick recap from last week. So Rodney finally had a good week. He took the Canes, crushed Montreal. He had the Padres, he had the Brewers, he had the Dodgers. His only loss was on the Marlins. So that's a 4-1 week, bringing him to 84-91. The record, not good, but it's better than it was. I let Rodney gain a couple games. I was all over the Canadians for some reason. It was a bad decision. I also was on the Cubs, bad decision, and the Giants, who totally blew that game against Colorado. They were a strike away from winning. But I did have the Rays run line and the Dodgers money line. So 2 and 3 for me. That brings me to 88 and 87. So my lead is cut to 4 games, and I'm getting nervous. Because I think Rodney needed to see the green check marks to know that it is possible to win.
Don't let me get hot.
Let's remember someone. And in honor of the Knicks and Spurs, a 1999 NBA Finals rematch, how about remembering someone who was an integral part of that Knicks team from 1999? Rodney, remember Allen Houston?
Ooh, dude could shoot it. Allen Houston could shoot it. Yeah, I do remember Allen Houston. He was well known for his ability to knock down shots.
Yeah, tell me everything that you can about Allen Houston, like from when you were watching him as a young basketball fan.
I mean, I just remember him as, you better guard him because the guy's going to be able to make shots. Knicks was on the 99 Finals team.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say he was a massive scorer. I mean, he obviously could hit shots.
Yeah.
He wasn't an elite top scorer. I believe he played his college basketball with the Vols, right? Didn't he go to UT, Tennessee?
He did. Yeah. So he's from Louisville, but he went to school at Tennessee. So he was with the Vols. An 11th overall pick in 1993 of the Detroit Pistons. Was a Piston for 3 seasons before moving on to the Knicks, where he spent the rest of his career, 9 years. So only a 12-year career for Allen Houston. I think he had some injury issues there. But 2-time All-Star, both with the Knicks, late in his career too. Like his best scoring years were like in his 30s, where he averaged 22 points a game. That was his career high. So like developed a little bit more of a scoring touch as he got older, and really sort of was like the only option on that team, but was a great high school player, Kentucky Mr. Basketball, All-American, SEC, first teamer, all 4 years, by the way, at Tennessee. He was first team All-SEC, SEC tournament MVP. His number 20 is retired by the Vols, and good career in the NBA. And yeah, you're right. Like you mentioned that he's someone who you think about Allen Houston. It's like, oh yeah, the guy can shoot. This is before like we saw the 3-point quality that we had today, but like Allen Houston over his career shot 40% from 3.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Finished with just shy of 15,000 points in his career. Didn't do much else. Like he wasn't a big assist guy, wasn't a big rebound guy. Just out there to make shots. You better guard him. You're going to spread the floor when he's in the game.
Yeah. And what's interesting about like this type of player here is like he was probably someone who played in the wrong era. Like if Allen Houston was playing in the 2010s with this type of 3-point shooting, like a 40% 3-point shooter in an era that we see like what Klay Thompson is doing and all these guys, like he's probably considered a much better player than he is, playing in the 90s when it was just like ground and pound type of basketball and a game that wasn't really fit for his style per se.
Right. No, I'm with you. But yeah, it was a wrong era, but really good shooter and Hall of Good.
Yeah, well, he's not Hall of. I mean, basketball Hall of Fame lets everyone in. But no, he was. By the way, he is an Olympic gold medalist as well. I should mention.
Yeah,
he
and
was on the 2000 U.S. men's Olympic team, if you can believe that.
Okay. I mentioned he was never really an elite scorer, but he scored 22.5 points a game.
That's
in 2002, 2003. So okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but like late in his career, before it was sort of like 16 points, 18 points, 19 points. Yeah. And then late in his career, he had a 20 point, 22.5. But yeah, only 2 years where he averaged 20 plus, which is not a lot. I mean, maybe adjusted for the era, that was more. Yeah. Like we're just used to basketball today where like 20 plus is nothing now. So you have to consider. I'm telling you, I think about Allen Houston as just like a guy who, if he comes into the league in 2013 instead of 1993, I think Allen Houston is considered one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back on Thursday to talk all about Game 1 of the Knicks and the Spurs. Do we have a final? Yep.
Yeah. Vegas wins again. 5-4.
That's just gross. All right. I'm gonna go sulk. I'm gonna go sulk in a corner. Thanks to everyone, mainly Dan, for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back again Thursday, 9 p.m. Central is where you can find us. A couple quick notes. You can follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter. So it's always Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter.
Yes.
And then sign up for the Stupid Sports Show Substack, where contrary to what you see on this show, Rodney wins his bets. And he can prove it on his Substack. So go ahead, scan the QR code, make sure to follow, get free picks, and win a lot of money. Pretty easy. Pretty easy to do. And if you're not doing it, I don't know what to tell you. You hate wealth.
You're stupid.
You actively, you're stupid. You're stupid. Thank you for having the courage to say what I couldn't there. All right. Any last words before we get out of here?
No, back Thursday. I'll have a show planned for us. We'll have NBA Finals over. Well, one game over. We'll have Stanley Cup Game 2. Golf's getting ready to start again. World Cup is closer. So a lot of sports. You mentioned it last show. Like, June's not bad. This is a not bad June.
World Cup, U.S. Open, got baseball. Yeah. It's pretty good June. Pretty good June. I certainly wouldn't want to miss it if I was a sports guy. Just saying. But yeah, anyway, let's get out of here. He's Rodney Newpol. I'm Tim Iron Horse Van Stratton. We'll talk to you Thursday for another edition of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.